A man so powerful that his name alone sends shivers down the spines of Japan's most hardened criminals. A figure who built an empire in the shadows, crafting a legacy so dark and fearsome that even the mention of his name feels forbidden. What if I told you that this man, Yamaguchi Harakichi, didn't just rise to the top of Japan's underworld? He created it. Who was he? How did he amass such incredible wealth? And why does the Japanese underworld still fear him to this day? Today, we're diving deep into the life and legend of Yamaguchi Harakichi, the man who founded the infamous Yamaguchi Gumi, the largest and most feared Yakuza organization in history. From his humble beginnings to the immense fortune he built, and the iron grip he held over Japan's criminal underworld. This is the story of a man whose power knew no limits. And stick around until the end, because the reason why even modern-day Yakuza tread carefully around his legacy will leave you speechless. To understand Harakichi, we need to rewind to the early 20th century, a time when Japan was rapidly modernizing. Born in 1881 in Awaji Island, Harakichi came from a family of fishermen. Life wasn't easy, and Harakichi quickly learned that survival required cunning and resilience. But what set him apart was his ambition. He wasn't content with just scraping by. He dreamed of something bigger, something far beyond the ordinary. By the 1910s, Harakichi had moved to Kobe, a bustling port city filled with opportunity and danger. It was here that he began dabbling in the black market, smuggling goods, and earning a reputation as someone who could get things done. His charisma and ruthlessness caught the attention of local gangs, but Harakichi wasn't interested in playing second fiddle. He wanted control. In those early years, Harakichi faced numerous challenges. The competition was fierce, and the authorities were always on the lookout for illicit activities. Harakichi had to be constantly on his toes, always one step ahead of both the law and his rivals. He developed a network of informants who provided him with valuable information, allowing him to avoid police raids and outmaneuver his enemies. Harakichi's first major breakthrough came when he started a small protection racket. He offered security to local businesses in exchange for a fee, ensuring they were safe from other gangs and petty criminals. This not only earned him money but also loyalty from the local community, which would prove invaluable in the years to come. In 1915, Harakichi took a bold step. He founded the Yamaguchi Gumi. At first, it was a small group, focused on extortion and protecting dock workers. But Harakichi had a vision. He saw the potential for the Yamaguchi Gumi to become more than just a local gang. It could be an empire. Harakichi's genius lay in his ability to organize. Unlike other gangs, which operated chaotically, the Yamaguchi Gumi functioned like a corporation. Harakichi implemented a strict hierarchy, with loyalty and obedience as its cornerstones. Members were expected to follow his code, and those who didn't face severe consequences. Under his leadership, the Yamaguchi Gumi expanded rapidly. They took control of Kobe's docks, dominating the flow of goods and money. But Harakichi wasn't just about brute force. He was a shrewd businessman, using his criminal enterprises to invest in legitimate businesses, from real estate to entertainment. By the 1930s, the Yamaguchi Gumi wasn't just a gang. It was a multi-million-dollar operation. One of Harakichi's most significant achievements was the establishment of a network of alliances. He formed partnerships with other criminal organizations, both within Japan and internationally. This not only increased his influence, but also provided him with new avenues for illicit activities, such as drug trafficking and arms smuggling. So, why was Harakichi so feared? It wasn't just his ruthlessness, it was his unpredictability. Harakichi had a reputation for dealing with his enemies in ways that were as creative as they were terrifying. Stories of his methods spread like wildfire, and soon, his name became synonymous with power. One particularly infamous story involves a rival gang leader who dared to challenge Harakichi's authority. Harakichi had the leader captured and brought to him. Instead of a swift execution, Harakichi subjected the man to psychological torment, keeping him in a dark, isolated cell for weeks. When he was finally released, the man was a broken shell, a living testament to Harakichi's dominance. But it wasn't just rival gangs that feared him. Even members of the Yamaguchi Gumi were on edge. Harakichi demanded absolute loyalty, and betrayal was met with swift and brutal punishment. His ability to inspire both fear and respect cemented his position as the ultimate authority. By the time of his death in 1938, Harakichi had amassed a fortune that was unimaginable for someone who started with nothing. While exact figures are hard to pin down, his wealth came from a combination of illegal activities and savvy investments. He owned vast amounts of land, businesses, and properties, making him one of the richest figures in Japan's underworld. But his wealth wasn't just about money, it was about influence. Harakichi had connections with politicians, law enforcement, and even corporate leaders. This web of relationships allowed him to operate with impunity, solidifying his empire for generations to come. One of his most significant investments was in the entertainment industry. Harakichi funded the construction of theaters, nightclubs, and gambling dens, turning Kobe into a hub of nightlife and vice. These establishments not only generated substantial revenue, but also provided a front for laundering money from his illegal activities. Even after his death, Harakichi's legacy loomed large. The Yamaguchi Gumi continued to grow, becoming the most powerful Yakuza organization in history. But what's truly remarkable is how Harakichi's influence shaped the very culture of the Yakuza. His strict codes, hierarchical structure, and emphasis on loyalty became the blueprint for other Yakuza groups. To this day, the mere mention of Harakichi's name evokes a sense of reverence and fear. Modern-day Yakuza know that their world was built on the foundations he laid. And while the Yamaguchi Gumi has faced challenges over the years, including crackdowns by law enforcement, they remain a force to be reckoned with, thanks in large part to the legacy of their founder. But here's the question that still lingers. What drove Harakichi to build such an empire? Was it simply ambition, or was there something deeper? A desire for power, control, or even immortality? One thing's for sure, Harakichi wasn't just a man, he was a phenomenon. His story is a testament to what one person can achieve with vision, determination, and a willingness to break every rule. So, what do you think? Was Harakichi a genius, a villain, or something in between? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Herloz discoveries, where we uncover the hidden stories behind the world's most fascinating figures. See you in the next one.